because she wasn't getting in her last
I
Wednesday.
thought I wasn't paying attention, boy.
Yeah.
I saw this. Man, that might got an R&B mixtape in the street.
That's why I was asking today how many chats we're using, because if he would have been in the other one, he would have saw that.
Oh my goodness!
I know I got 3 of them open for us.
Me too. He posted that September 16th.
Like the next day or day.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
This picture is so old, it's ridiculous.
No matter. It don't matter.
Right.
It doesn't look, sir. Does the picture exist?
Right.
No further questions, Your Honor. No further questions.
Man,
look, the gentleman logo is on top of Bevan's face.
I can't see him.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. I don't want to talk to none of y'all. I don't want to talk to none of y'all.
Dana's here.
No, you know what? Take me off and put that picture up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, we got people coming in.
All right. Hey, how's everybody doing this morning?
Let's go ahead and get this party started.
Hey, Miss Day.
Hey, Miss Day. Good evening to you.
Missed you last week.
I miss y'all too. Look who coming in.
I am not afraid.
Don't do that.
I am not afraid. I am not afraid. Hey, man.
It ain't me.
So you know.
It ain't me.
Okay, good.
I'm just trying to get my life together,
Well, let's go ahead and get this party started right, y'all. Let's start the party off right. Wow. My brother.
Look, this has its. Hey, I'm trying to bring the West back. Tell them that I said that. Avenue to true respect the youth surviving setbacks. I'm from where you gotta keep it glocky for the get back. And every time I drive somebody yaki on my dispatch, got her like, ooh, like the way he move, like the way he talking, how he doing what he do, like the way he step 1, 2, 1, 2. Get to know me, baby, take a walk in my shoes. I be dropping hits, ayy, every hit is critical. Ism from the hood where it's good and political. My dance be gorilla, I'm a big individual. Had to learn to shoot cause niggas spooky for the physical. Ruger with a beam on it, but they spend a G on it. Yesterday's price ain't today's up the fee on them. Family I don't need, homie.
I know I'm late for the summer, but I'm here with the heat. Good evening. Welcome to Gentlemen After Dark, a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. Y'all just smiling? Y'all all right?
Yeah.
So, Melo.
Good.
Look, he didn't know about the picture that you shared with us last week. I just sent it to him.
He
didn't see that?
No,
he just saw it about 5 minutes ago.
Really? Really?
The R&B mixtape, Gangsta Grills.
You know, in the words of Shaka Zulu, now, let's see if war is really the game they want it to be.
He said,
anywho, let's do some acknowledgments before we get this party started. I don't know where Miss 3 is, but everybody else is here present. I appreciate you guys. Soul Body Mind Detox is in the building. Dana, good evening to you. She says, good evening, all.
Good evening.
It's my brother. His name says Eric Johnson, but we call him Clutch. Good evening to you, Clutch. What's good with you? Uh-oh.
Hi, Clutch.
Uh-oh. Birdina. Good evening to you, Birdina. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Papa Sims, all the way from the YouTube world. That's 2 from the YouTube world. Miss Dana, and Papa Sims. Good evening to you. Thank you for being here. My brother, he's cold as ice, they say. Iceberg's in the building, or y'all could call him Fred. Good evening to you, man. Thank you for being here. Tamara's here all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. Thank you for being here. I'm still waiting for you to come on and join us here on Gentlemen After Dark so we can promote that business of yours. I'm not going to name the name of it or nothing. until you decide that you want to come on the show. It's my favorite supermodel herself. Sean Berry's in the building, y'all. Say good evening to Sean.
Hey,
Hi,
Sean.
Sean.
Hello.
It's Fuego's left hand, or is it the right hand? Which
She gets both my hands.
both of the hands. Here we go. Krista's in the building.
I'm watching.
We need content.
Oh my God, we need more content, right?
I don't.
Oh shoot.
Hey man, I do.
Oh man, let me go ahead and introduce our panel, man. They're always here, ready to receive whatever they have to take from the audience or take from each other, or actually take from me, because sometimes I can become abusive. Nah, just playing. Don't you start. Anywho, let's go ahead and get this going, right?
Is that a threat or a promise?
Hey, I'm always making both. How about that? All the way from Memphis, Tennessee. He's up tonight, y'all. Last week he took a nap and he fell asleep and couldn't even wake up, but
y'all.
He's back at the computer, right? It's my guy, the dude, Devin.
Come on.
She always tries to keep it on the real, as she says, but we call her 100 proof. How about that? Just Tanya, 100 proof is in the building.
Hello, everyone.
Some of y'all don't know what it is, but it's fire. It's just simple as that. Fire. Or for those of you who don't know, it's fuego. I don't know who this person is. I'm not quite sure. Miss Day, is that you, Miss Day?
No, it's not.
It's not. She said it's not. Hidden behind door number 1, or the curtain, the great Oz herself, is Miss Day. And last but not least, from an undisclosed location somewhere behind the steering wheel, is my little. What is that? Oh, here we go with the Ice Cube again. Your mother warned me about you. It's my little big brother, Snoopy Cliff Mello. He feeling a little thuggish today, boy. Oh boy.
Oh God.
Look, I'm gonna have to do my old. All right, there we go. He's feeling thuggish. I like it. How you guys feeling?
We're good.
Good.
Okay.
Good. For those of us who wasn't here last week, I hope that you got a chance to catch up with last week's episode. It was quite intense. For those of you in the audience who were here, man, I appreciate you guys again, as always, for being here. You could be anywhere you wanted to be, but you chose to be here with us. Last week was a very intense conversation, man. Shouts out to my guy, Michael Hines, for getting on the show, opening up his heart, and just, pouring it out there for us all to bear witness. To my panel that was here last week, I applaud you guys. Let me do it properly. No one here is a psychiatrist, psychologist, nor, in my case, nor a gynecologist. But he said, however, we stood strong last week in just helping someone who needed some help. That's what this is all about. Gentlemen After Dark is a safe zone where grown folks can talk without judgment. So I encourage you all who are listening, who are watching, take the initiative. If there's something that you want to share, feel free to do so. This is a no judgment zone. I get it. It's kind of public, in a public forum, but at the same time, a lot of us, myself included, we need some therapeutic help. Sometimes, somebody to talk to, somebody just to listen to what we got going on. So, other than that, y'all ready to get this party started? Good. So last week, we asked, what do the women really want from men? And it started off with just myself, Fuego, and Miss Day. And then it grew to Miss 3, which was great. Good evening to you, Trey. I see you. Trey's in the building, you guys. So I figured that, all is fair in love and war, as they say. So why not run it back? But this time, let's do it the right way. Or not right way, because it wasn't wrong last week. But we're going to do it like this. What do men expect from women? What do men expect from women? Ooh. Snoopy Cliff Mellow sits all the way back. The dude Devin is looking like, What do men expect from women? Let's go. Let's talk about it.
Did they got their scroll lists like I had last week?
Shoot, be do.
Devin. Oh, let me begin by saying this. From my top left down to my bottom. Fuck you. Miss Day, I love you. You the only one. Yeah. You the only one that stood tall for your brother. Fuego.
I just laughed.
All that giggling and yip. Keep that same energy.
It was a lot of giggling too, bro.
It was a lot of giggling.
I said what I said and left alone. They kept it.
Really, Devin? Really?
I thought it was move up on the bus.
Not me, brother.
I know. My sis kept it 10 toes down for her brother. I love it.
Man, you said the word prancing.
I don't give a damn. You knew what I meant.
TV. Anywho. You know my prance the apple.
That's all right. That's all right. Call me Mr. Take Your Girl though.
Yeah. You gonna prance right up to it, like, hey, look here.
That's all right. She'll be leaving with me by the end of the night. That's all I got to say.
Well, Eric Johnson answered the question. Hello, people.
Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Yes,
fellas. What we doing, fellas? I'm listening.
Anyway. It's gonna be different from different women. Everybody's different. At this point in my life, I don't got too many expectations for anybody. I expect you to be true to yourself.
Right.
So whatever that is, be true to it.
I was gonna say that, like, if you've already presented yourself a specific way to me, you gotta stand on that.
Exactly.
If you saying, hey, I can cook and I don't have a problem seasoning food, don't bring no bland beans to the table. Don't bring no bland peas. If the greens got a little grit in it, I'm trying to work back into it, y'all. But I'm just saying, like, whatever it is that you say that you are, whatever you present yourself as, you got to stand on that. And if that's not what it is, you better bag them off. Don't do it at all. That's not what
exactly.
It is. Be who you are. Present who you really are. Because if you don't, it'll be probably like, who cooked this?
So
start off with that.
Fuego, are you listening to these responses that you're getting in comparison to the responses that you gave? How you feel about that?
Well, Clutch started off in a good, honesty, loyalty, a companion. He started off with some of the same things I said, but then from there,
I wasn't even here last week, but I feel like they BSing on the answers.
No. I am dead serious. If you tell me you can really, really cook, and I'm using cook as an example, but that covers whatever you say that you're good at. If it's a good listener, if it's a good talker, if it's a good communicator, if it's a good, book reading partner, whatever, you got to stand on it. Because I'm going to look at you different if you're not.
So honesty. That would go in with honesty, right?
Yeah.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, keep it like I know 100 proof no. Keep it 100. If you know that this is not what you're about, don't even present yourself as that. Don't say that you're about that because we can forego all of the BS. If we talking about like in a relationship, we can forego all of that if we just keep it real with each other. You know, we keep it 100% with each other. Hey, look, I'm scared of heights. I'm scared of the dog. Let me know that off the top. So if the lights go out and you freak out, I know what to do. Little stuff like that goes a long way. It's bigger than just, seasoning food and sex.
I think we as men are basically, and this is generally speaking, are more simple and to the point. I think I don't need to shopping, for instance. I may not have what I actually want, but when I get in the store and it catches my eye, that's it. I ain't got to go down each aisle, this and that. And I'm gonna put my mama out there and women like her. Going to the store, you got to go down every damn aisle. Every aisle? That's not necessary for me. And I think men as a whole think like that. The women, like Fuego, had that whole list. Why you got you see it took us 5 seconds to say exactly what you said in 10 pages.
Oh, stop.
And it's just keeping it real.
Thank you, Rhonda. Please don't serve him breakfast, lunch, and dinner on a paper plate. That is a pet peeve of mine. However, I done seen so many. Anywho, we ain't even gonna talk about that. Let me say this. Maybe I can add a little fuel to this fire.
Here we go.
Men, he said, here we go. As a man, I always wanted my space. My space. I don't have to be up under you 24/7. Give me a minute to do what I do, whether it's hang with my boys, sit in the garage and just shoot if I want to. Right? Play my video games if that's what I want to. Why do I have to sit up under you 24/7? If I want to go to the store, why do I got to walk to the store with you?
You don't.
Right. All women are not like that.
I was going to say, you've been with some clingers or what?
No, listen, I'm sorry for the fellas. I ain't speaking for all of them, but I'm speaking from those conversations that I've had with fellas.
Yeah.
Where they are irritated. What's wrong with you? Man, I can't get a break.
No.
So this is where that comes from. When you are out with your guys and you just kicking it or you just doing whatever and your phone, yeah, I'm here. Okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna call you back. And then you get off the phone, and then 15 minutes later, what you doing? Dang. So I know what you're talking about. You gotta have that. I mean, I think everybody needs to have that personal space, whatever that space is. They need to have that so they can recharge your batteries.
Okay, so look, pause.
Well,
Jay Jocelyn said right here,
me.
Space to do what? What does it matter what I need space to do? I just need some me time. There's a time for you, a time for me, a time for us, and a time for we.
Right.
When do I get the time for me?
Well, if you have communicated this to her and it shouldn't be an issue. I know not all women are like that, want to be up under you 24/7. I need my space too. So it's not like that hard of a request to, I don't know. I think if you just communicate that with her from the get, then it shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, so I just told you I need a little space, and you just asked, not you, but the question has just been asked. What you need space for? I'm your girl.
I got gas. I got gas. That's why. Now what?
And that's one of those red flags come up, and you.
I'm just saying.
pertaining to Devin's example, as far as she calls and then she call again in 15 more minutes. A lot of times women act like that because there's a situation to where their dude is not faithful or trustworthy, and then that brings the insecurities out in her. Maybe she's acting like that because of that. And even pertaining to you, Onyx, it might not necessarily be you, but a previous relationship. Maybe she has insecurity issues. I don't move like that.
Yeah. No.
I mean, because like you said, you need your space, I need my space, and then we have us time. I don't need to be attached to your hip. That's not a good look for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm just trying to fuel the fire here. Like, here we go. Fellas, anything else?
Let a dog roam here, find his way home.
Oh, DMX. That's how you feeling today?
Oh, look at
DMX.
That. DMX. Let a dog roam, and he will find his way home.
Oh.
Can I get a bark with that?
Right.
I do like doggy style. How about that?
Oh.
Yep. We're here. Here we are. Here we are.
I'm back.
I'm like, come on now, y'all. This what we doing tonight?
Yeah, okay, so I have a question. Since the men's list was so small, as short as Mello said, what are some things that you don't want in a woman then?
Here we go.
Or that would be a turnoff right away, or shortly after dating this person or whatever. What are some of the things you don't want?
Well, Onyx just said one: the clinginess, the insecurity. Like I said, at this point in our lives, I think we have experiences that should have shaped us to be better and to deal with certain things and to recognize certain things we don't want right off the gate. So at this age, 40, I'm gonna just say 40 plus, and you still get mad if I don't answer the phone the first ring, second ring, and where I'm supposed to be at, then that's a you problem. I mean, whether you have had those, because probably I'm gonna speak for everybody on the panel, whether it's true or not, we probably have had those relationships that have broken our heart due to some sort of infidelity or clinginess or craziness or whatever. So we should know what that kind of looked like, and we should be bringing that into the next relationship at this time. If I recognize that, oh no, I'm cool on you. So I'm not gonna put myself, because at this time our time ahead of us is shorter than our time behind us. So we should have learned some sort of lesson. Because guess what? I can answer the call 50 times in a row and still be getting handled by somebody. So that don't mean nothing. Just because I answer your call don't mean I'm not creeping, if that's your fear. So, I mean, we got to be a little more grown up.
Did you say getting handled by somebody?
Yeah,
he did.
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just want clarity. I just want to make sure I got it. Hey, I'm getting handled right now. What you want? I'm trying to.
Trey says there's a good percentage of folks that really don't learn from the lessons they go through. The lessons they go through, they really don't take notes and apply, so they continue to repeat.
That's true.
And what's that called? What's the definition of that?
Insanity.
Thank you. And let the church say amen.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go back here to Krista Pyro. She says they don't want bitching. I hear that from my guy friends a lot. They don't want that. Would you fellas agree or disagree?
I agree. That's if you had because somebody said if you had a bad day at work, Krista Tony Green said if you had a bad day at work, you had it at work, it don't need to come home. Well, sometimes it may come home with you because it is you. You might have been the problem. So if the person that you are in a relationship with is there, they might take some of it. Not saying they should. So if the person at home is like, hey, I ain't said nothing to you today, but hey, how you doing? And you come home with all this attitude, you're gonna hear some some conversation. You should hear a conversation about that. Like, hey man, I ain't did nothing to you. What's your problem? You see what I'm saying? So it's really a two-way street. But if nothing's wrong, it's like, hey, if I say it, I'm gonna do such and such, and I'm in the middle of doing it, don't ask me when you're gonna be done. That's I'm doing it. It's being accomplished right now. Now, if you want to help, you can. If you want to know, even faster if you help me. You see what I'm saying? So
Here's another one. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
These are the people that we call friends.
That was playing in my head.
Please don't ask me the same question 7 different ways, trying to achieve the goal of getting a different answer 7 different times. If my answer was this way one time, it's going to be like that for the next 6 times after that.
right.
So why repeat the same question a different way with a period, a comma, an exclamation, semicolon? I don't know. It's the same question. I answered that already. If I answered the question, why are you asking me that question again?
I have something to add on to that because I think sometimes as men we get misunderstood for being upset, angry, having an attitude when there's an issue that's not even a problem. It's just something to think about. And y'all know how we keep it right here. It's like, okay, hey, well, what's wrong with you? Oh, no, I'm good, babe. I'm good. It is something wrong with you. No, now I have to stop thinking about what I was contemplating on and deal with the fact that I'm trying to convince you that there's nothing wrong. And now I'm getting agitated because I'm telling you there's nothing wrong. And you keep trying to make me think that there is something wrong with me, but it's not. Remember, like on what was it, Bad Boys 2? He was like, ain't nothing wrong with me. She was like, yes, there is something wrong with you. He said, I'm not mad. She said, yes, you are mad. He said, I don't know what you talking about. She said, yes, you do know what I'm talking about. So it was like, it wasn't nothing. You could see him getting a little bit more agitated as it went on. And initially, he was okay. He might have had something else on his mind that wasn't a bad thing. And I think a lot of times, as men, we get misunderstood for having an attitude or being mad or being angry or just unapproachable because we have something on our mind. And a lot of times we get something on our mind and we are one track minded. It's like, I got to figure out how I can, what's wrong with this transmission? You see what I'm saying? Like, why is my clutch slipping? But she might be thinking, well, hey, he didn't really eat all of his food. He's not talking a whole lot. His phone's ringing and he didn't answer it. That doesn't mean he cheated. It mean I ain't got time to talk to you right now, bro. I'm trying to find out what my transmission is doing, what it's doing. That's not always what it is, but a lot of because I know I'm like that. We have a mechanical type of mind frame that when there's an issue, we tend to try to figure it out, fix it, and that kind of involves blocking out the outside noise. Not saying it's noise being a bad thing, but just the outside interference of how we can figure out this issue. And then it's like, oh yeah, I did. Okay, well now I know why you were so quiet. Well, yeah, I was trying to figure that out.
Right.
I would like to chime in. And I don't know if it's because I'm not feeling well, but I'm really annoyed. And I love our people in here. So don't take it personal. I love our group. I love our people that come in and talk with us, but I'm really annoyed with some of the comments saying men want peace when they get home. And they need to be checked on too. And the man, whatever. Look, women want peace too. Men are not the only people that want peace when they come home. Women want peace when we get home too. 80% of the time, it's women who are asking men when they get home, how was your day, babe? Was work good today? How are things today? Or we send you a text in the middle of the day, hey babe, just checking on you. How was your day? But how many women can say they men actually do that
Check your
when
inbox,
you get
Trey.
home? The only time that most of the time y'all ask us how we doing or what's wrong is if we come home and we might seem a little angry or irritated or annoyed. Then y'all ask us, oh, how was your day? What's wrong, babe? You only notice us if we got an attitude or something. So miss me with the men want peace when they get home. I want peace when I get home too. Shit. I want you to ask me how my day is outside of if you see I'm annoyed coming in. Check up on me. Okay? So
Hmm.
miss me with all of this catering to men all the damn time. I need to be catered to too. Okay?
Well, would any of you
That's
fellas like
all
to
I got to
rebuttal?
say. I'm
Would
going
any
back on mute.
would any of you fellas like to rebuttal?
I'm
Be-
wishing my sister healing energy. Um, but I agree. What's my favorite word? Reciprocity. But unfortunately, Miss Day, my sister, the question was directed toward me, and so that's what we're talking about this week. So that's why I think everybody is commenting based on what the
Yeah,
topic is. Because
right.
But
last
it's
week,
not only tonight. It's not only tonight. It's all the time. That's lot that in relationships. That's the main topic mostly. What, when, mom? How we can cater to men? What should we bring to the table? I'm just tired. Okay,
okay.
I'm
I,
sorry. I'm going back on mute.
So,
I,
no, please don't go back on mute. Sorry,
yeah,
Super
don't
Cliff
go back
Mellow,
on mute.
because this is going to be a perfect segue away from what do the men expect from the women to I have two ladies, three ladies here, three, and an audience full of ladies. And I read this post earlier today on Facebook. One of my brothers out of Pittsburgh.
Trey says she can't get in.
Um, I sent her the link.
Oh, here we go. 40 ounce
I
healing
sent the
energy
link.
to them, my brother. But
No,
you know what
I'm
I'm
gonna
talking.
send it again, Trey, right now. I'm gonna send it to you right now. Check your inbox right now. Mhm. So, yeah, that part. So, you know what? I'm not even gonna go through all of the extras. We're just gonna go right to it. What advice would you offer on how to be a solid woman, mate, companion, or girlfriend, whatever? What advice would you offer? And I'm gonna start with you, Miss Day, to the ladies, because you just said, I'm just tired of all of that. Well, this was the opportunity for the men to express how they felt. And this is, these men here are just a minute percentage of all the grand numbers of men that are out there. But again, considering that we, men and women alike, adults, we have issues. We got communication issues, we got trust issues. We can go on and on with what we have. It's easy for me to identify what you ain't doing or you identify what I ain't doing, but it's really difficult. It's a challenge for me to identify what I ain't doing personally. It's a challenge for you to identify what you ain't doing personally, but we could pick on each other. So, what advice would you offer to the ladies that are here listening, watching, who may be in a relationship, was in one, a wife, a girlfriend, a boo, whatever their role is? What advice do you offer them in dealing with the man or their mate or boyfriend?
Go ahead, TT, take it.
Oh,
Oh, you put it on me? um, well, I know the question tonight was geared toward the men, but um, when I come in, I'm single right now, so I can't say right now. But just as the men, when they come in the house, this is just my go-to. When I come in the house, give me a few minutes. Unless the house is on fire and it's something that I have to deal with right now, give me a few minutes. And when you give me the few minutes, I expect for that to happen with my spouse too. Hey, babe, how was your day? Cool. Go in there and do your thing. Come out when you're ready. So I'm the one that I'm going to give you whatever I got, and I expect it in return. I'm not the one who, when you out with your homeboys, when you leave the house and tell me where you go, cool. Now you've been gone all day. I'm probably gonna tap in. Hey, babe, everything is good. Yeah, babe, I'm good. Cool. I'll send you get when you get home. That's just me. So yes, I do check on mine throughout the day when I'm in a relationship, and I would hope that he checks on me too throughout the day. That's just me. So, however I move in a relationship, I expect for him to move in a relationship the same way.
Fuego.
My advice off the top of my head, besides some of the basic things that we covered last week, was just say what you mean and mean what you say. Just be upfront and be honest and just don't play games, you know? And also, besides being a good communicator, be a good listener.
Yep. Oh, and then let me add in on what Mello said earlier. As far as the 40 plus, we have more time behind us than we do in front of us. So at this point, you should know what you want out of a relationship, out of a man, out of a woman, whoever you dating, you should know what you want. However, in order for you to know what you want out of the next person, you also have to know what you want from yourself, because it starts with self. At this stage, come on now, like Fuego said, say what it is so we'll know what we're going to do so we can move forward. We don't have that much time, so whatever time it is, let's enjoy it.
Right.
You know, I think Iceberg said, other people did too, but I know he said just be upfront with it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right. Jake Jocelyn, you need to send me either send me a friend request because I don't see you on Messenger for me to send you the link. Okay. What else? Anything else?
If
Still
I,
on ladies.
oh yeah, before I say,
Yeah, look, I tell people all the time, I don't have a representative. When you meet me, this is what you get. Because if I send my representative, I now have to go back and remember what my representative said. I don't have time for any of that. Just say what it is up front so we can move accordingly.
Say what you mean and mean what you say.
Yeah, we too old to be lying and playing games.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, I must be a great boyfriend
Why
because
you say that?
because I do check in throughout the day. Uh, how you doing? Hope your day's going well. I've never, and I'm gonna say never. I'm 51 years old. The women I've been with, liked or whatever, I've always checked in. I've been the quote unquote domestic, as me and Onyx have talked many times, and people that know me, I'm the domestic. I don't mind cooking because my mama raised me to do that, not
mm-hmm.
just for something extra, but hey, and, and sad to say, and I'm again general, and it ain't. Don't take it personal if you do this. So I ain't no need to say, well, I do this. General, the women in our from my mama's time to now is different. Like I said on this show before, my daddy done some heinous things, but he always had his plate. A lot of women today can't even cook, like or season some food, as Devin mentioned. That's just keeping it 100, 100. But
100.
like I
100.
said, if I care for
Jocelyn,
you,
check
I'm
your
always
inbox.
gonna check. I check in on my brother here, Onyx. We do that on a daily basis. Some of my club brothers, I check in. That's just me. It don't matter the gender because that's something you care. If you care about somebody, you are gonna check in. How's your day? I asked him, how's your day, man? We it don't matter. And so, especially if you my girl, I'm always gonna check in because, and if I know you, you done had you dealing with something at your job, yeah. Because, because like I told Troy, do I have to come down there and kick somebody's ass? I don't work there.
Exactly.
I don't work there.
Put that
So
mask on, pull right on up.
yeah.
Right.
But guess what? When she come home, it may I can see it on fake. She already. I need time to decompress. All right, hey, that's fine with me. I'm going up to the man room. So, and I think if more men, Miss Day, if you have experienced that, if more men took that approach, it's reciprocity. Whatever you give to me, I'm gonna give to you plus.
Yep, match that
That's my
energy.
promise. That's my promise to you. And like 100 Proof said too, I keep it real. 100. You know exactly who I am. So you said no, I didn't. Mm-mm.
Right. Jay
Tell them.
Jocelyn, check your inbox.
For me, in my opinion, I feel like the question was geared towards women giving, advice to women. So I'm gonna give advice to the guys, to men. Hey, bro, know who you with. Be able to read her body language. Be able to read her energy. Because if you, man, we grown folk. If y'all are laying down together, there's a spiritual connection that y'all already have. And even if you want it or not, it doesn't matter. If you want it or not, it's already there. And so if y'all already have that early in the relationship, you need to start learning how to read that language. Somebody else might know how to read it before you. That doesn't matter right now. Right now, the book is in your hands. So if you see that your significant other, brothers, if your woman come home and you know she a little, you shouldn't have to say, hey, baby, what's wrong? Go ahead and start working on what you can do to help fix it. Hey, I tell you what, let me take care of dinner real quick and you go ahead, lay down. You tired? I know you're probably tired. You did go just whatever. You went to sleep a little late last night. Go on, lay down. I got it tonight. This, that, the third. You just go ahead and relax because you didn't told me. Well, baby, you go ahead and lay down and you relax. So why wouldn't I, like Snoopy said, reciprocate that? You see what I'm saying? But in order to reciprocate, that means you know how to read my body language, my love language, just like I know how to read yours because we're a union. We ain't just two people that we talking about a relationship. We ain't talking about just people who just getting it in, So,
But even that, damn it, Devin, not to cut you off, but even like I said, me, because I've always been a listener, nosy, whatever you want to call it. I've listened to grown folk, even though we was in that other room. When I got a chance to listen to the grown folks talk, I'm listening, especially hearing my mom's friend, girlfriend. Oh, girl, he did it. Okay, I processed that. That's me as a little kid. So when my woman or whoever I'm with, I'm always intuitive to that. So, boy, you think you know me? I do know you because I don't listen the unspoken word. That's what I listen to the most.
unspoken.
So, and that would be my advice. Same thing to the men. We have to listen to because guess what? If you don't, another nigga is.
Well,
And
we gotta.
Sean, can you go back and highlight Narvell's? That is exactly right, brother. Right there. He set up a mouthful right there.
5 from the Detroit gentleman. Gentleman MCG, stand up. What you say, Mellow? G's up. Relationships are simple. It starts with the person in the mirror first. Treat people like you want to be treated. Also, you can't properly love anyone or anyone else until you love yourself first.
Yep.
Here we go.
That's with anything.
Yep. Starts with you.
Hello.
We have a special guest in the building tonight, you guys. We have Jay Jocelyn in the building. Welcome her to the neighborhood.
Hi.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
No, it's good evening. I'm sorry, I was putting my baby to sleep.
Right.
I'm actually a counselor, and I counsel families. Excuse my crazy look. I've been on hiatus probably for a year, but
You got a degree?
I do, and I work for the Department of Children and Family Services
There you go.
and Marriage and Family Therapy.
There you go.
But I
There's an
and
opening.
I'm not going to speak on what I do, but I talk about one of the things I think a couple of people said. I think that one of the biggest things that I see within couples that I work with is inconsistency. in relationships. And I saw several of the questions, but I'm kind of touching on what a lot of people said. Being consistent, being concise, starting whatever you start and how you got that person. Sometimes things are going to fall off, but open communication. And people do change and evolve. I think that one of the things that I see suffer a lot is a lot of my couples got married at very young ages or together, and now they're 40, and the things that they were into or doing at 19 and 20, they're not too into at 40. And then the young lady on here, I don't know your name. I think you have braids, but you had said something along those lines. And I think that my older couples, like now, they know what they want. And so if you at my age, I know exactly what I want. I know what I'm looking for, and I have non-negotiables. I've been married 10 years. And at this point, like, we've changed and we've grown into different areas and ways. And I am an over communicator. I will tell you what I want. I will tell you what I need. I don't put expectations out there because we all function very differently. But I think that consistency and communication is the biggest key. And I see a huge lack of it in my families that I do therapy for. And so I think the question that you asked, Orlando, about being a solid woman, that's defined by that woman. I think everyone's definition is very different. What I feel my mom was defined as in the 70s and 80s, ain't no way in hell I will be defined as that now. There's no way.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, you can.
Why? Why not?
Because one of the things, and again, this is my education side of it, women now are going to school, getting their education. They're not having their kids as early. They're not settling down as early. Women are starting their businesses. You can do it in your 30s, your 40s, and your 50s. In the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, women were expected to be at home and be homemakers and maintain the children. That expectation is dead. But
Pause.
Go ahead.
Pause.
Go ahead.
But the men from the 60s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, the breadwinners, the ones that went and made all that money and brought that money home to mama to do whatever she needed to do, long gone are those guys. But guess what, ladies? You still expect that man to do the 50s, 60s, and 70s version of a man. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
No. I didn't even know there was men out there like that still. So,
well, as far as the provider aspect, absolutely, I still expect it because I know what I need to do to coincide with that provider. So yes, I still expect it. I still expect for a man to open my door as he should. So yes, there are certain things I still expect because I know there are going to be things that you're going to expect from me. And no, I don't have a problem with it. But as far as us being home, a lot of women are not home anymore. We got to go to work.
most are not. Most are
We all
not.
got to go to work. The kids got to go to work. The dogs got to go to work.
Yeah, we got to go to work. So it's very different now from when our parents was able, when our mom was able to stay home. Well, mine did. My mom and my dad worked. But as far as our grandparents, grandpa went to work, grandma stayed at home and raised the 10 kids. We don't get to do that anymore. So the dynamics are very different.
Very, very. The roles have changed.
But I do expect for the man to be the provider. Absolutely. Not to say that I'm not going to work because I'm going to work too, but I want you to do what you should as a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unpause.
Thank you.
I just had one opinion on that. I think we all kind of just been, not us, I'm just saying, just generally speaking, everybody's kind of like stuck in the past because everybody's always saying how things were for our grandparents and our grandmothers and our grandfathers. And I'm with y'all. That day is gone. It's a long time ago. The stuff that my parents told me about the job force, about relationships when I was growing up, if I teach my kids that, they don't. Because It's a different world. In the last 2-3 years, so many things have changed that were not like that. Nobody even dreamed of it being like that 3 years ago. Now it's a norm. It's a norm to get on TV and have full conversations with people all over the country, just like you at the studio on the Jimmy Kimmel Live show. That wasn't heard of then. So it's the same way with relationships. It's the same. I mean, literally, we have dealt with a major change from 2019 until now, especially including our relationships. So we keep looking at, let me tell you something. Drive down the street for about 5 minutes, look in the rearview mirror and see what happens. That's what we're dealing with right now. We're gonna run into something.
But I think the one constant in all this is Miss J just said, and I've learned this once again. This is, you can take this 30, 40, 20s or whatever, is the communication. That's the key to anything. That's gonna outlast the change, because that's still, as she said, that's the constant and consistent in any relationship. I've said this also here on this show. Whether it's your business relationship, whether it's your kids relationship, whether it's your wife, husband, whatever you into, it's always going to be the communication, because you're never going to know what somebody feels, think. I don't want to form an idea of what I think. I need you to tell me. We went through this
Absolutely.
last night, Mr. Onyx. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to guess.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me. If you're not ready to tell me now, I'm not gonna form my own. I'm not gonna make up a story. I'm gonna wait till you feel comfortable enough so we can sit down and have that discussion. So I have a clear understanding, then I know how to move. But that's just me. And I will admit I'm built different than probably most, because I don't want I don't have time for this. When I go there, I go there. So I don't want to do that. Let's communicate. Let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
Let me clarify something, and let me say this because I'm reading the comments. Um, I wholeheartedly understand that everything has changed. Somebody said on here that she hold her own or whatever the case may be. I said a few moments ago I was single. So if I'm single, everything in my household is mine. I pay for everything in here. So as far as when me and the man come together, then we got two. I'm not expecting for everything like to be the same as it was in the past. I'm simply saying as far as the man being the protector and the provider, absolutely. I expect for my man to protect me. Yes, he gonna cook, I'm gonna cook. He gonna clean, I'm gonna clean. So I don't want anybody to misunderstand what I was saying as far as past tense. I know we in 2022 and things are very different. But as far as my man protecting and providing for me, yes, I expect that.
Wow. Oh, I'm sorry.
Let
Thank
the
you for the
church say
clarification.
amen.
Okay.
Really quick, I don't know his name. I'm so sorry. I think so. What he said is absolutely true. It is communication. You have to state what you need and what you want. Um, I'm old now, and I had a kid very old. And
She said
I
she
am
old. She's
re
like
I am
25.
re I'm having to learn because my husband's schedule's changed, and I get very frustrated because I'm always doing things, and I was expecting him to know what needed to be done. And so a few weeks ago I took some steps back, and I'm like, okay, can you do this, or can you help with this, or this is something that needs to be done. I don't expect it to be done right now because we do both work. So learning to get into our night routine was a problem, and I was getting frustrated. And I stated what I needed, and so now slightly I'm starting to see that change. It can't happen overnight because he's been on that schedule for 14 years. So my expectation isn't, okay, I'm telling you to do this and then tomorrow's done. 1,000% no. If you communicate what you need and you want in any relationships, it is where you are going to have this open avenue to continue
Mhm.
to be consistent and continue to have a good relationship. Is it going to be perfect? Absolutely not. I don't like doing laundry. I can't stand it. I love to clean the kitchen. I'll bleach it from the top to the bottom. Where he picks up, where he's good at certain things, I may not be, or I may not want to do it. And I communicated that very effectively before we even got married. So I think that it is communication. I carry a caseload of 30
Mhm.
families per week. and I listen to things all week long. And the biggest thing I'm gonna go back to is communication. You have to say, and if you don't like what I'm saying as your partner, then talk to me about it so we can explore other avenues. Maybe I don't see something the way you see it, or maybe I'm not comprehending it the way you're explaining it. So if we communicate, we can get to where we are all in a peaceful space. At 44 years old, I'm not arguing, I'm not fighting, I'm not doing any of that. I am going to state what I need from you, what I want, and I'm going to reciprocate it, whatever that looks like. My husband don't check on me all day because of his job. He cannot. But I still text him. So when he comes out for his lunch break, he knows that he's on my mind. I will text him, hey, I'm not making dinner tonight. I'm going to get a pizza or whatever. He might say, okay, I'm going to cook. So it's just communication. It is the biggest thing that I see from families and our minority families. It's the communication.
And on that
So
line, since I
wait,
wasn't on last week, I wanted to say to 40, uh, I I felt that what was lacking, one of the things lacking in his relationship, as I told you, Onyx, after I watched the show, because I felt um, him bringing the baggage from the other marriage, and him seeing what was kind of similar with the new girl. Had he communicated that effectively, I think that would have been a good stepping stone to express himself and ease maybe how she treated him, because you're like, hey, this is what I dealt with last relationship, and now I'm seeing this from you. Is that really how you feel, or maybe I'm wrong? You have to start with the communication. And like I said, I've been taught by elders, by friends. That's the lifeblood of any relationship. I can't stress that enough. That's big with me, with my businesses, my partners. We got to communicate, because once you tell me you gonna do something, or this is what you gonna handle, I'm not a micromanager. That's what I expect of you. Now, if something happens that you can't, communicate that as well. So once again, we know it just stops a lot of the BS. It's like I said, especially at this age. I'm 51, be 52 in a couple of months.
And
Now
then
y'all keep
too,
saying this age. Y'all say this
kind
age. Y'all mean,
well,
Shut
I
up.
was gonna say, and then too, pertaining to last week, something that was said: if men and women, when they start new relationships, start them new. You can't bring the old stuff. Whenever I date, I'm starting a new relationship. This is all new. I can't say, well, he did that, now you doing this. Each relationship should be different because it's a new relationship.
Yeah. True.
So what we call those are non-negotiables going into the next one for you.
Hmm.
Those are your non-negotiables. That's your what you're not going, I don't like to say it that way, but what you're not willing to tolerate. Those are your non-negotiables. And I think the way we word how, you may not necessarily need to say like in my last relationship, because you don't necessarily want to bring that up. You can if you feel comfortable, and depending on your relationship with that person, but wording it in a way too. I see a lot of people, they order, or you didn't do this, or you didn't do that, or you're not meeting my needs. And instead of our delivery being different, delivery is also a huge thing that we discuss, how you say it. And it's not that you have to be sensitive, but sometimes the way you say it and the way I receive it might not be your intention. So we have to work on our delivery, and how, and I'm not saying you're not going to get angry and cuss and, have a different space, but it's also our delivery. It's how we communicate. And the reason why I believe I'm bringing up age is because the person I was at 19 and my expectations and my needs and my wants are not the same as I am at 44.
Right.
At 19, I had a great job, but I wasn't thinking about retirement. I wasn't thinking about starting a business. I wasn't thinking about having kids. I wasn't thinking about any of that. I had my daughter at almost 40 years old. So I wasn't in the space that I'm in now. I was traveling, partying, drinking. I would blow a whole check. It didn't matter to me. But now there's no in hell I'm going to do that. So the reason why I think age keeps coming up is because what you were and who you were at 25 and 30 is not the person you are at 40 and 50. It just changes. And inherently, it's something that happens to everybody. So your needs and your desires change, and your non-negotiables become way more prevalent than when you were 19. I didn't have no non-negotiables. I didn't give a damn. If you cheated, I'd move on to the next. If we didn't work out, you might cry for a little bit, lose 10 pounds, and go on about your business. But now at 44, it does matter to me what you and I are bringing to the table to each other, and how we're going to raise our children. Those things matter to me. How we're going to interact with our families, how we're going to interact with that matters to me. The people and the company you keep matters to me. When I was 19, I didn't give a crap. So it does matter, and it does bring up the age factor. So
okay.
I agree with that.
Shoot, be do. We got another guest in the building, y'all. Oh, she ain't no guest. She family. Trey's in the building, y'all. Trey, you gotta unmute yourself.
Hey,
You gotta
Trey.
unmute yourself. Yep, you gotta unmute.
Still muted.
Somebody needs to check their mic. It's noisy background.
There we go. Trey, are you there? Oh, Trey. Unmute your microphone, ma'am. Unmute your microphone.
Can you hear me?
Okay, there you go.
There
Welcome.
There she is.
What's good with you?
I was screaming on a the answer to that is just be all that you require. Because we get so hell-bent on he got to do this, he got to do that, she got to do this, she got to do that. And we forget that those other people have standards too. So we fail to try to make sure that we that person too. Because we so bent on picking what it is that we're looking for. I'm like, just be who the hell you require. Everything. All that you require. And you just be ready for it. And I think that I heard the guys kept on saying that, they want peace, and the women too. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I want peace. Okay, well, you need to wind down. Okay, well, I'm gonna go up to the man cave, whatever. And I think sometimes it's just good just to sit there. We have good silence, and it's okay not to have shit to say to him or to her. But that it's not. It ain't coming from a negative place. And just that comfortable silence can lead into intimacy. Because you just might need that. You just might need your dick sucked. You might just need a kiss. You might just need. It's just things that you may need.
Now we talking.
Unspoken, but sitting there in that good silence, and to see that.
Talk that sass, Trey. Talk that sass.
Should be do. Really?
That to me, enhances the beauty in a relationship for myself. Even though I'm single, I've been married 12 years, divorced, but this is what I know for a fact. And a lot of things I learned after I got divorced,
right.
From getting to know me, before jumping into something else.
There you go.
I just had to say that real quick.
Thank you.
Well, I want to say real quick, I gotta go. Thank you, Miss J. Good stuff. You got the job. Put her on the payroll. Onyx. We got a new professional.
Hello. Just say goodbye.
Wait, do you remember Miss J?
I've been gone for a while.
You probably don't remember her, but she's the young lady who told the story about Build-A-Bear. Or shall I say the Build-A-Nicka?
They probably told.
It was It was the after hour. I'll fill you in later. It's the after hour part of it.
I think it was your first or your second podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
Bye, Snoop. I love you.
Anywho,
I love you too.
Continue.
Bye, Mello.
Bye, everybody. I love you.
Love you.
Good to see you,
Bye,
Trey.
Mello.
Trey, I'm back.
All right.
You know what?
Cliff Mello.
Come on, man. You can't get away from it. You can't get away from it. Huh? Get up.
I take my love away from you.
We love you,
All right, bro.
Be easy, bro.
All right. Talk to y'all later.
Bye. Have a good night.
Oh shoot, that's my brother.
And
No,
you know,
man.
I wanted to add this. You know, every relationship is based on that man and that woman, and whatever they come to the conclusion of what they want to do in their relationship, what they can work together on, or and what they can't accept. You know, everybody is different. Everybody's relationship is not the same. But the one thing I can say that everybody has been saying is consistency and communication, basically. And everything else is between that man and that woman. What works in my household might not work in Devin and PK's household. You know, may not work in what what is that mean?
No, you good. Go
What
ahead.
That's you.
what
Yeah.
may not work for Fuego, you know. Trey came on speaking facts, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's relationship is their own relationship, and what works for you is what works for you. But the main common thing, it seems like, is consistency, communication, and that's it.
Definitely two of the most important.
You know,
And
it's so
or
go
let
ahead.
me say this really quick in reference to what Jay was saying as far as the person that she was at 19. She's definitely not now. I had to tell a gentleman that I've been saying it now for about a week. You met me in your 30s. I'm not the same girl I was in my 30s. So, and
Right.
he's having a hard time understanding that. But yeah, in my 30s, I probably was gonna let you get away with a whole lot of shit. We're not doing it now. So we grow and mature. We're supposed to anyway.
Wow.
And a
I was
lot of
just
people
gonna
don't.
say,
A lot of people don't.
Trey, we can't hear Trey. She on mute
Trey,
again.
you on mute. You gotta unmute, Trey.
He should have a problem with you anyway. If you still the same person that you was at 30, you ain't progressing
Absolutely.
at all. I can't fuck with you.
Right. Right.
Right? You over there?
Still.
Where's your progression? You ain't making
Well,
no moves.
You ain't changed deodorants in 10, 15 years.
Come on.
Huh?
Come
Am
on
I
now.
lying? Your
I
body
got I
changed,
got an
don't it?
issue with you.
You still smell like that, you know.
oh man.
I
Right.
got an
Right.
issue with
Oh
you.
man. It's funny to me as I'm sitting
And that's
here.
the truth when you say, you know,
Trey, you want to finish?
hmm?
You want to finish?
Oh, no, I was saying, just piggybacking off of what she was saying, because I was just telling you that the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what worked for her don't work for me, and what worked for him don't work for him. Like he probably was the shit over there on the east side, but over here on the west
Mm,
side,
mm.
West Side.
you say you who? You know what I'm saying? And then she,
Right.
West Side.
and then you know she probably like sucks the nigga dick like ridiculously, but it don't work for him over here. He don't like all
Right.
that extra. You know,
Right.
everybody is different. And like he was saying, you get to learn the body language, the love language, and all of that stuff. And you can please just in silence if you pay attention, you know.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say that
Mm.
here we are, 7 seasons in, each season 14 episodes long, and we are still talking about communication. We're still talking about communication. I'm not sure whose mic that is at this point. I don't know. But communication, we still talking about, y'all, all this time, years later, from Gentlemen After Dark season 1 that started when we first went into quarantine and COVID, and still are addressing communication, which really proves that we have work to do. Some of us are progressing. Some of us have made little progress. And some of us have made absolutely no progress because we haven't mastered that yet. How do we master that? And hopefully, as we have partook in this conversation tonight, and we're listening and reading the comments, and whether you agree with all of them or not, you don't have to, but hopefully you're walking away with some tidbits, some morsels, some nuggets, some gems, some jewels that you can hold on to for your life. Because it's really hard to be consistent on anything if you ain't willing to try to be. Communication. There was a question that was asked by Adrian. Is there such a thing of over communicating?
Never.
Jay says
Never. Because the way you spin it, I might tell you something, or we might discuss something today, and you might still not interpret it again on delivery, and I might need to say it a different way. And no, never. Over communication. That it's not. It might get on your nerves, but until you understand the point of what that person is trying to make, or until you, and not master, but if your partner is telling you something and you're offering, like saying, I need you to hug me, or I need more affection from you. Let's use that as an example. If you don't see the evolvement of that over time, then I have to communicate it to you in a different way. I don't want to get angry. I don't want to be mad, because that's what I'm telling you I need from me. If you're saying I want to get home and I need 10 minutes to myself, I need to come in the house, go to the bathroom, wash my face, wash my hands, do whatever you need to do. If you keep coming into the bathroom while I'm in there, or you keep knocking on the door, then you're not listening to what I'm telling you that I need. You're not listening. So then I have to deliver that message in a different way, and rewording it may be more effective in saying it in a different way. Also, one of the things that we always recommend is when you address an issue, give it a time frame. Not to say that the change is going to happen, but that you need to readdress it. So I usually give 6 weeks, and it's a mental 6 weeks. I may not be on time, but I'll look at the progress and the change. If you keep knocking on the damn door to the bathroom, and I've told you 10 times, like, give me 10 minutes, like this young lady said, and you keep doing it, then you're not listening. So I'm gonna communicate it again. In our what we learn and what we see, there's no such thing as over communication.
Right.
Thank you for that, Jay, because I was going to say yes at first until you broke it down like that. I was going to say yes. My whole answer was yes until you broke it down like that. So thank you.
Right.
Thank you for that, because I was gonna say yes. Don't be telling me something over and over and over again. But the way you broke it down, I get it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Miss Dana, Soul Body Mind Detox said, I feel you. I feel you can't over communicate either, because until you are both on the same page, it leaves the door open for misunderstanding
and error. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
My guy Nate's in the building. Pastor Nate's in the building. He said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it sometimes.
Delivery.
And can you highlight Kristen's comment again?
Okay, real quick. So when I was on the freeway.
He was on the freeway.
Oh, so when I was on the freeway, I think it was the gentleman right here. He was saying about how many times you're gonna ask the same thing, or how many times you're gonna say the same thing, or like the young lady just said, say it in different ways, right? So when is enough enough? Like, how listen to this? Obviously, you're not getting it. I done said it 15 different ways, and you still not getting it. We on year 5. How much is enough?
That's only for you to determine. You as the person that is at that point has to then take a look and say, where am I in this relationship? Is it evolving to where I need it to be? And then if it's not, then at that point, then you need to reassess what your non-negotiables are, what your needs are, and what your wants are.
Shoot, be do. I got a new word for the night, you guys. It's non-negotiables. Negotiables.
That can be an entire 2-hour session.
Right. Trey, I'm sorry. Unmute your mic because your mic is the one that's popping and popping. So you got to unmute it. There you go.
It is.
Yeah.
So you see, that's what I was telling Orlando, that there's phases. So you want to meet someone and then you want to build a friendship, because in building a friendship you're finding out the different things about them, and then if it evolves and decide that you want to cross the line, now you're dating exclusively, and now you get to see whether even though we're dating, could I see this person being my man or my woman? Because I don't like that they don't listen, or they want to over talk me, or whatever the issue may be on both ends, and then you choose to or not cross that line. So I think that if you got to keep telling somebody and you're in a relationship, they was like that before you got together. I don't think that just happens because you guys become exclusive. That shit was already going on. You just chose to ignore it for the sake of love or good peen. And now here we are, is aggravating you now. And now you want to do something else about it. Now you're arguing all the time for something that was going on when you first started talking to the person, man or woman.
Right. And I'm gonna take us backwards because I'm with Nate Sessions, Pastor Nate. That's what I'm gonna just call him. I'm with him, and I know Miss Day had a change of heart when it came to over communicating, but over communication at times sounds like wah, 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 wah. What was that, teacher? Charlie Brown. You can keep talking, but after a while it becomes enough is enough. I don't need to hear it again. Yeah, right. So I'm not disagreeing with Jay, but I'm also agreeing with Pastor Nate because it's the truth. We all are different. We all react differently.
So I'm gonna stir the pot, because at that point you've received it. You're choosing to take the delivery of what I've talked to you about and let it in one ear and out the other, which is fine. Which is, as the individual me, let's say it's me and you, then I have to look at, is this something that I want to continue, which is what Trey said. Is this something I want to continue after a year of us going in this circle? That's where the reevaluation comes in. Is this the right relationship for me? Is this the right person for me? Are my needs being met, man or woman? Am I going to be satisfied with this in a year? And it is a question that you have to constantly ask. I've been married 10 years, and let me tell you, I evaluate all the time, because I need to make sure that my needs are being met. I'm fulfilling yours. If what I'm saying is which means you received it, then, and I've spent it 10 ways, and now it's want, great. But then I have to look at that and reevaluate it.
Come on, Counselor Jay. Where was you at last season?
We
needed a replacement, girl. We needed a replacement. We had to replace somebody. You should have stepped up last season. Where you been?
I'm sorry, but it's because I've been doing this. I'm actually on some panels coming up in the near future, and I've been expanding and growing in other ways. And so, but I think that communication, again, is going to always be the key. I can talk about non-negotiables and a whole nother subject. In my situation, I bring it up just because I'm married to someone who's foreign. So not only is he not born and raised in this country, his beliefs, his morals, and his support system is different than mine. And so we struggle with communication. My husband's very quiet. Everything is whatever you choose, whatever you decide. And I'm at a stage at 44 that is driving me nuts. And so I'm working to communicate with him and see if we can be more effective, because I'm at a reevaluation point of 10 years. And it's a struggle. So I was on hiatus for a couple of years, trying to figure things out and raise this little girl of mine that I decided to have at 40. But yeah, it's definitely, it's not a want. I think that you have to be respectful and also be an adult and say, this isn't going to work for me. It
Well,
doesn't
I would
take
like to
10.
hear your response. Oh, womp that. What's your response?
Want what I said. I, at this point, from a male perspective, I don't have a problem with listening. I don't have a problem with the communication given or receiving it. But there comes a time that, yeah, it becomes a bit much. And I have Candace's comment highlighted. It says if a person isn't responsive, it is a choice. Dabi need, or probably, I don't know what that word is supposed to be, but need to say it louder. I probably need to say it louder or more times. Pause.
I don't need to say it louder.
Okay. Is that what it's supposed to be? I don't need to say.
I don't need to say it louder.
Okay. So if that's the case, please don't say it louder. I don't need you to say it louder, and I don't need you to repeat it. People are responsive or non-responsive for a reason.
Wow.
The messenger is either getting the deaf ear or they got your whole attention. So if you are engaged in the conversation and that person is non-responsive to you, the question that needs to be asked is, what part do I play in this? What part do I play?
If I done said it 3 times, now I'm a fool. Because I already explained, hey, this is what's going on with me. And for you to act like that doesn't mean anything, okay, you showing me how much our union means to you. I'm showing you how much it means to me because I keep bringing it up. If I stop saying shit, if I stop saying something about it, then you could be like, what's the problem? Oh, ain't no problem. Ain't no problems at all. Right.
Because I know I'm one of those guys. I'll shut down on you in a quick flash in a hurry. Pow! What happened? Nothing.
No.
Nothing. Because your delivery sucked. What you got to say sucks. But if you really want to get my attention and have me listening to you, then talk to me like you got some sense. Because at last time I checked, I'm the grown man over here.
Wow.
My mama don't even got that power no more. And the one person that would have the power, that's because I give her the power. Right. Hello, Sasha, if you're watching, I give her the power. Outside of that, you will respect my space. I will respect yours. I'll respect your listening ear. And I expect you to respect mine. But if I got to hoop and a holler back and forth, I don't want no parts of it. I'm going to walk away and leave you standing there like a fool.
Right.
Yeah.
So, shoot,
I don't feel like it.
Right? Miss J, we definitely miss you, man. You know, the door is wide open. I was happy to see you.
I'm back.
He is back. He is back.
You know,
you just gotta message me. I was on Facebook for like 2 years. I got a little girl. I'm about to be 45. I'll be like, Lord help. And thank you to the person that said I had a baby. Yeah, it's been different.
That's our executive producer, Miss 3.
I'm back. I definitely am back. And like I said, I'm doing a lot of panel discussions, and so on different subjects, and so I've been really busy with that. But I'm back. I'm back. I'm here for you. And Trey, I'm here. I've missed you. You guys can always inbox me, message me. I always have a lot of resources. I know people, I'm always offering my services because I always believe in making our people grow. I want to be helpful. If I can't answer the question, I'll give you the direction to go. But I love my people. I've known O since I was 19 years old.
Are you gonna date me like that?
I'm not gonna date you like I am gonna date you like that. Shoot, be proud you living. It's the people that wake up in the morning. But I want to give him his flowers. I was on the first season. I've been cuckoo. So but you guys can always reach out to me. O has my info. I'm on here. I'm back. So I will be here.
That's what's up, man. Let me give this to all of you guys for being here. Miss Trey, Miss J, the grown folk now. Yet again, another night of adult conversation that we can benefit from. If you ain't taking nothing away from these conversation, excuse me, I don't know why you're here. Honestly, you're just wasting your time. Take this information, man, and do something with it in your relationship, in your personal affairs. Because trust and believe, I don't just wait until Wednesday to talk to the grown folk now. I don't wait till Wednesday to talk to other folks that I talk to, Miss Trey. I talk to my folks on a regular check, welfare, what is it? Welfare check? Yeah. I'm just checking on them. What you got going on in your world? And vice versa. And then we end up talking in the little group. So we're just sharing that with all of you guys. Gentlemen After Dark, a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. That's going to be our time tonight, you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here from the desert to the sea. And to all who decided to chat with us, good evening. I'm leaving with a little bit of that music. How about that?
Night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Trey, go night night. You look like you're going to sleep.
Bye. Thank
I'm
you for
tired.
coming.
I see you guys.
Bye, Trey.
Good night.
Shoot,
Good
he
night.
do. Hold on, y'all.
Devin,
Figured
where was PK tonight?
Huh?
PK.
PK? Did I miss PK?
No, she was asking where she at.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't see her.
Yeah, I think she sleep.
Oh.
Anthony even.
Tell her we didn't see her.